Hello everybody! In this video I would like to talk to you about vines, what they grow on, how they behave when growing, and a few ideas on how you can decorate with them. So without any further ado, let's upgrade those cultivators and start planting. With the recent Bogwitch update, we now have two plantable vines in the game. The green ivy, which you can purchase from the Bogwitch, 65 coins gets you 3 seeds. And the red ash vines, which you can get the seeds by picking wild vine berries that are found growing on the ruined structures that are scattered all around the ashlands. And the ivy is a purely decorative plant. And the ash vines are decorative while also yielding vine berries, which are a useful cooking ingredient later in the game. And I wanted to see just how each type of vine behaved, so I started testing by building 3 22 by 20 meter walls for each type of vine and planting 1 seed in the center of each wall. Both ivy and ash vines grew in random directions and both ended up filling nearly the entire walls. But the only real difference was that the ivy grew a lot faster than the ash vines did. I also thought it would be fun to test to see how high they would grow. So I built 2 50-meter tall walls and I planted 1 seed on each. The ivy went right to the top. The ash vine seemed to stop growing at around the 24-meter mark. The planting requirements for ivy and ash vines are similar to the veggies, in that they need to be about 1 meter from your wall, or it will need more room to grow if it's too close. However, they do differ in the spacing required between the vines. Planting at a 2-meter spacing will have one plant needing more space. 3 meters seems to be the minimum space you'll need between your vines. Both vines also require support. Breaking a piece that the vine is attached to will cause the vine to collapse as well. Next I wanted to see what kind of trellis worked best for each vine. What I found was that they will grow up pretty much any vertical surface. Whether it's a single pole, a trellis with rungs spaced 1 meter apart, a trellis with rungs spaced 2 meters apart, and a trellis with no rungs at all as the vines seem to climb up the sides of the frame. And you can also walk through them. They grew on 26-degree X pieces. They grew on 45-degree X pieces. They grew on posts and trellises made of core wood. They grew on stone, iron cage walls, Verger metal walls, and crystal walls, which also look pretty neat from the backside. Vines will not attach to a wall if it is planted under any kind of an overhang, like a floor tile, a roof piece, or an angled beam. You can, however, plant them, and after they attach to the wall, you can replace the roof piece and the vines will continue to grow as normal. You can plant vines on foundations that protrude from your wall, but they will only attach to the foundation piece and not climb the wall if it is not nearly flush with the foundation. 1 meter is too far, as well as 1/2 meter. It will grow if you use the door trick to get the snap point, which is nearly flush with the wall. You can also remove the stone foundation and plant them next to the wall, and after they attach you can replace your stone and then they will grow up the wall as normal. And both vines need to be planted in cultivated soil. But once they attach to the wall, you can replace with grass and they will continue to grow as normal. Vines will stop growing vertically when they reach an angled piece like a roof or an overhang, and will not cover roofs, unfortunately. They will attach to angle pieces like these roofs, but will not grow. Horizontal spread is also stopped when encountering different angles, like inside and outside corners, whether it's 90 degrees, 45 degrees, or 22.5 degrees. Both vines will bridge vertical gaps of 1 meter. They will bridge gaps of 2 meters, but they are stopped by a gap of 3. In planting vines on one side of an archway, they will grow up and over, but not in a downward direction. In order to cover an entire arch wall, you need to plant one on each side. And both ivy and ash vines grow next to each other, but seem to grow in random patches, which can look pretty. And if you wanted the look of keeping your vines more separated, you can use textures on your walls like this to train your vines to only grow in areas that you want them. And while both ivy and ash vines can grow in most biomes, neither will grow at all in the mountains. And ivy will not grow at all in the ashlands. And now that we have plantable vines in the game, we can finally make proper looking garden arbors and gazebos. They look even nicer when you sprinkle in a few abomination trophies like here. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.